The ViVO S16 lineup is official with 3 phones. The ViVO S16 Pro is the leader of the pack with its curved AMOLED display, Dimensity 8200 chipset and 500MP cams on the front and back. The vanilla S16 brings the same display and design but with altered cameras and the aging yet still capable Snapdragon 870 chipset. The S16e is the budget entry in the lineup with an Exynos 1080 SoC and a 120Hz AMOLED display. The S16 Pro and vanilla S16 both offer curved 6.78-inch AMOLED displays with a 120Hz refresh and an impressive 50MP selfie shooter with autofocus and dual LED flashes housed above the notch. The ViVO S16e opts for a smaller 6.62-inch flat AMOLED display with the same 120Hz refresh rate and a 16MP selfie camera. Rear camera setup on the S16 Pro is headlined by its 50MP main cam, which uses the Sony IMX766V sensor and OIS. There's an 8MP ultra-wide module here as well as a 2MP macro cam. Moving to the ViVO S16, we find a familiar the same setup as on the ViVO S15, a 6.4MP main cam with PDAF and OIS alongside an 8MP ultrawide and 2MP macro units. The S16 gets a 50MP main cam with an f1.8 aperture alongside a 2MP depth macro module and a 2MP depth cam. MediaTek's Dimensity 8200 sits at the helm of the new ViVO S16 Pro, while the vanilla model gets the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 chip, which was also used on last year's ViVO S15. The budget S16e model also reuses the chipset found on its predecessor, Samsung's Exynos 1080. The batteries on all 3 phones come in at 4600 mAh and offer speedy 66W wired charging. ViVO S16 and S16 Pro boot Android 13 with Origin OS 3 on top, while the S16e brings the dated Android 11 with Origin OS Ocean on top. ViVO S16 Pro comes in black and jade green colors and starts at 3,299 Chinese yuan, $472 for the 12/256 of a gigabyte trim. The top-tier 12/512 of a gigabyte model will go for 3,599 Chinese yuan, $515. ViVO S16 comes in black, jade green and gradient colors. The baseline 8/128 of a gigabyte model starts at 2,499 Chinese yuan, $357, while the top spec model with 12 GB RAM and 512 GB storage is priced at 3,299 Chinese yuan, $472. ViVO S16e is available in black, jade green and purple colors. It starts at 2,099 Chinese yuan, $300 for the 8/128 of a gigabyte model and goes up to 2,499 Chinese yuan, $357 for the 12/256 of a gigabyte trim. Official sales of all 3 ViVO S16 phones in China start on December 30th. There's no word on an international release for now.